Casemiro back to full training. That is it. Casemiro back to full training. And here we come to obviously present to you this biggest story that has come in from the website of Man United that is a fresh, of breath air in the squad of Man United. Meaning that we are really left with few players that are really injured that I'm going to talk about in this video. We thank God for the gift of life, hoping you guys are really having a fantastic day wherever you are. This is the best story that you'll ever get after a 3-0 win versus Bournemouth at Old Trafford on Saturday. So let's see close to 100 likes. Smash this video, continue to subscribe to this channel so as not miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokan David is my name. You can as well call me RD, and here we go to bring you the best that we deserve. Now the Muslims, Barakallahu Fikume, the Christians, we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Now, as it stands, it looks like everything has gone ahead to obviously go the right way where you want it, especially as far as the injuries are really concerned. Remember, as we played against Newcastle in the, I think it was in the, what was it? Carabao Cup. Casemiro really got off, I think at half time, and it was confirmed later that Casemiro had gotten a very serious injury at the club of Manchester United. So we really got to know about that, and we had to bear with it, and thank God he has been out after getting that knock during the Brazilian national team. He missed out on the Champions League game, even the Premier League game, and he returned during the Carabao Cup as we played against Newcastle in that game where we lost 3-0 to Newcastle. And today, Man United official website, I've gone ahead to put out an article that read, official, Casemiro has started training on the grass as the Brazilian steps up his recovery for Manchester United. The 31-year-old has not featured for the Reds since October, having sustained an ankle injury while on international duty. On Sunday, the midfielder was spotted training alone on the grass at Carrington while his teammates took part in a recovery session. It will be welcome news for Erik ten Hag, who has seen Johnny Evans and Luke Shaw return to fitness in recent weeks. Now, if there is any better story that you'll ever want to hear from the sick bay of Man United as far as the recovery of a player is concerned, it's supposed to be Casemiro. Why is it supposed to be Casemiro? Because trust me, him and Lisandro Martinez were the most important players on the field of play, and I was so much shocked that even the players went ahead to vote in for Marcus Rashford, as if they never saw the work of Casemiro and Lisandro Martinez. But all in all, it really went ahead to act out well that this guy has gone ahead to obviously put in a shift every time he's being called upon to really put up a show. And that is Casemiro for you. Now, his return is obviously very important. First and foremost, I think a week, he might not be able to feature in the game of Bayern Munich. That I believe he's going to be part of that squad of Man United that is going to obviously be playing against Bayern Munich. I really think he's going to be part of that squad. And the moment you see him on Tuesday into that, into that team news of Manchester United, then you better get to know that he's going to be part of the side of Bayern Munich, because tomorrow every player that's going to take part into the team or into the match of Man United versus Bayern Munich should be seen into that training session of the club of Manchester United as we take on the side of Bayern Munich. So the training session tomorrow will obviously let us know whether Casemiro is ready. But his return obviously gives us lots and lots of positives, we as fans of Manchester United, and we really understand exactly what he brings up onto the table. One, as Amrabat is playing very well, with Casemiro coming back, all you would wish for is for a double pivot of Amrabat and Casemiro. That is it. You'd wish for that double pivot to obviously go into full pelt. And I think Eric Ten Hag will think about it. And as we go towards the game of Liverpool, you would love to see Casemiro being played alongside Amrabat in the double pivot, because the more they are played in the double pivot, a lot is going to come into play for the club of Manchester United, and it will obviously give us vibes of really winning against Liverpool. Because if you're having Amrabat, Casemiro and Scott McTominay in that midfield, you can easily have a lot of energy to obviously compete with the likes of Liverpool. Then thirdly, Casemiro has been a pivotal member of our team. You all agree with me. He has been a pivotal member of our team. We've been missing him, and before he even got an injury, he was the top scorer of the club of Man United with 4 goals, and ever since he left, Scott McTominay is always going to hit to surpass him. You can easily imagine if at all Casemiro was here, what he would have gone ahead to do for the club of Manchester United, because of his experience and everything he's gone ahead to put up onto the team of Man United. I think very many people have gone ahead to obviously downplay his efforts because of his poor start, but who has not started poorly at the club of Manchester United? Almost every player that has gone ahead to feature into the squad of Man United had a very poor start, and even right now the entire team of Manchester United has not gone into full motion. You know, the cohesions are still forming up, and Casemiro is really one of those players that comes in through to obviously take us to where we deserve to be, especially as far as playing into that central defensive midfield position is concerned, and how he obviously operates in the final third of the pitch. He really puts in a lot of effort, and that effort really creates a lot for the club of Manchester United. He either goes in for a secondary assist or he goes for an assist. If all fails, you'll see him flying in there to score goals for the club of Manchester United. And this is where you really get to know that something was wrong, you know, at Man United, and it was luck. We are really unlucky. Playing without Casemiro in 3 more Champions League games was really very, very bad for the club of Manchester United. I think if you had Casemiro, even the game of Copenhagen and Galatasaray away from home, I think would have gone ahead to see to it that a lot of stuff was going to obviously happen. But not having him affected us a little bit as a club of Manchester United, and his return is really important. So Eric Ten Hag will now have options in his central defensive midfield, and that's what every manager will obviously want to have. But I would love to see Kobe Menu, Amrabat and Casemiro playing in the midfield 3 of Man United. Now, the other players that have gone ahead to return has been Johnny Evans, Luke Shaw and Amad Diallo. What does that mean? It means we are only left with Lisandro Martinez on the sick bay. That is it. Is there any other player that is injured apart from Lisandro Martinez? Oh, Tyrell Malacia got a setback. So we are only having 2 players, Lisandro Martinez and Tyrell Malacia. And for Lisandro Martinez, you can all remember that last week we saw a very good picture of Lisandro Martinez back in the training session of Manchester United, but he was really training alone. So I think it's going to take some time for him to obviously get into the starting 11 of Man United, and I think Ten Hag might give him this entire month of December, you know, and the first I think the first 3 weeks, you know, of January, and he might come back into action on the 20th of January as Man United goes ahead to play against what team are we going to be playing? Because all I know is that on the 14th of January we are going to be playing. Is it 14th? We are going to be playing. Is it going to be on the 10th? Because they're supposed to rest for 2 weeks. We're going to be playing against Tottenham Hotspur. So he might return against Tottenham Hotspur and then play part into our season. So that is Casemiro for you. I'm really excited for his return. I obviously believe in him, and I know exactly what his return obviously gives us as the team of Man United. So thank you very much for watching through. Smash like button, comment and share. Tell me your thoughts about Casemiro returning, and if you think it's going to be a very huge boost to the club of Man United on our remaining games. And by the way, if we can happen to obviously get back to our momentum when these injuries, when we've gone ahead to get all back these players, we are not far off. We are 6 points off Manchester City, and Manchester City is 4th, meaning that we have all the urge, you know, to go in and really take them to the next level and do the needful for the club of Man United. if at all we can really find some consistency. And the return of these players obviously gives us signals of consistency into that club of Manchester United, because Ten Hag can obviously go ahead and really pick up a team that he used to pick last season, because these players know themselves and they can read each other like a book. So thank you very much for watching through your reactions to Casemiro returning. A welcome in the comment section below. Rokan David remains my name. Good night to those going to bed. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum, and the Christians, may the living to God bless you abundantly. Ciao, ciao.